I think we've cleared up all of our technical issues, so we can start our next episode of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. We are in a gem mine in Termalaine. The adventurers were hired to clear out a group of kobolds that were infesting the mine, making it dangerous for the miners. And they are also searching for a power source for an illithid nautiloid vessel. And they made their way into the gem mine last time, destroyed a paper boat, and
y'all are lucky.
Found a gorell that was hiding out. A monster maybe has eaten a few people. Took care of that and came in contact with an interesting kobold named Trex. And with some clever magic, they found the truth that Trex is actually the ghost of a human named Janth Alawar, who has taken over this kobold and has tried to lead these kobolds to maybe a better life. And conversation went a bit south, and we are preparing for combat. You guys didn't want to help Janth/Trex with whatever they had planned. So
well, some of us did.
Let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
We pretty much left it off right where Earl did a thing on whether it was a good or bad decision, and that it was bad if we let him go, right? That's kind of where it was left off.
Yeah, for Trex, yes. The kobolds didn't have like an evil sense about them beyond Trex. So like my augury was specific to if we let Trex in, if we do as Trex says and Trex goes in, will this be good for the town? And it said, no, this would be a bad omen, but there was no evil divine sense from any of the kobolds, so other kobolds. So
okay.
I think the other kobolds are actually fine. I think they just legit want food. But Trex, at least that's what I got.
Weak evil essence.
Yeah. And the other kobolds didn't seem evil when you checked. They might not be the most intelligent, but they're not evil. But yeah, you guys had basically just decided you weren't going to help Trex, and so he's ordered his friends to attack. All right.
What about?
We get initiative results. So I'll go Earl.
Not a good sign. 1.
All right. And Kashezi?
5.
Okay. And Dewey?
20?
Great.
Never rolled so high on initiative.
Jack?
When I click it, it doesn't seem to be working. That's the 20-sided die?
Mm-hmm.
18?
18, and did you add your initiative bonus to it?
I did not. Where's that located?
It should be near the top.
Next to your armor class.
Armor class.
It says 0.
Okay, so 18.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the kobolds is actually up first.
I'm going to try to sign out.
It's going to run up in front of Trex, kind of get in the way in a defensive stance, and it's going to attack Dewey.
Great. Why am I closer than everyone else?
Because you were up there talking with him.
Oh, I don't remember.
And you were also, I think you were also trying to look around the corners to like map out the cave.
Oh, that's I was doing that.
I don't have this tab open. Let's see what I have the stats for the weapon, but what weapon is it? It's a dagger. He's trying to hit you with a dagger. That will be... That's low. That's only a 6 to hit.
No.
Nope, so he's going to kind of back up and kind of take a defensive stance in front of Trex. Put him there. And Dewey's turn.
Okay. If it's really only this one guy we have troubles with, I'm going to try to put everyone to sleep then.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast it at level 2, which means I'm doing how many? To like always think about how many dice I'm doing.
Okay. Now,
Where is it? Where am I missing? Where that's saying how many to do? Sorry, hold on. Oh God, right there. Okay, 5, 2. Okay, so I'm doing 7d8. All right. That's an 8. And a 1.
1.
And a 3.
3.
And a 7.
7.
And a 4. And a 3.
3.
And a 6.
And this.
32.
Okay. 32. Okay, we start the kobold you had previously injured and brought with you. He goes to sleep first.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Give him a little moon icon.
Perfect.
This one over on the left goes to sleep. And the one that just attacked you goes to sleep.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So then all that left is Trex, right?
Yep.
Great. That's primo. I do that. Like good magic. Yes.
You were 1 point off from having Trex go to sleep too.
That's fine. I really didn't, I just wanted to separate the other so we can all just focus on him, so I don't mind.
All right. So we've got a bunch of sleeping kobolds. And it is Jack's turn.
do we want to kill him? Is that the final answer of the team? I feel like I'd be able to pick that up.
I think only Trex from my perspective.
Okay.
We would want to try to get them out.
Unless we have some like exorcism abilities.
Yeah.
We'll freeze them.
Don't from like, okay, if Trex is being embodied by this ghost, what's keeping the ghost there? Like, if we killed Trex, what's to keep the ghost from being like, hey, I'm ghosting and I'm just going to go to another kobold?
Or into you, or one of us. Wouldn't that be a twist?
Yeah, like, is that sort of like an insight check into figuring out like what would keep a ghost, or what could kill a ghost and not have the ghost go somewhere else?
On your turn, you can make a religion check if you want.
Okay.
Okay. I'll
If anything, let's knock him unconscious and we can figure out what to do, at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna use my glaive. Thir 13 to hit.
That is a miss.
Dang. Oh no.
18.
18 to hit.
18 to hit. That is a hit.
All right. I'll roll my damage.
Well, you need to get closer if you're hitting tracks.
Okay. Well, I'll move in.
Yeah, so you can step over the sleeping one and get in here.
Okay, and then I guess I'll use my spell. So I rolled my damage, and I got a 1 on it. No, I got a 4 damage. And let's see, and I'll use. Let's see. No. I got 1.
So that's
What was my?
5 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you do that searing smite.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Jack steps forward with his glaive and makes an attack that just has white hot intensity, and slices through this kobold. And he kind of looks around at his sleeping friends, and yeah, you can tell he's doesn't look too happy with the situation right now. He's kind of looking around for options.
At the start of each turn, he's got to do the Constitution saving throw because he's on fire.
Oh yeah, okay. Start of each of its turns until the spell ends, the target must make a Constitution saving throw. So we will do that now. That is not great. What is this modifier for Constitution? That is an 8, which is a fail. So go ahead and roll 1d6 fire damage.
Let's see. 3?
3 more damage, okay. And Trex is going to, yeah, he's going to step back from that attack. He's only going to step back to here, so he's not provoking an opportunity attack against your glaive. But he's just going to stare at Jack for a moment. And I'm going to have Jack make a charisma saving throw.
Lord.
I think I can. Let's see.
Is this like the Kobold version of like the Care Bear stare or something?
Charisma is CHA, right? At the top?
Yeah.
19.
Nice.
19. Okay. Yeah. That's all Trex is going to do. He kind of sitting there, he's looking scared. And Kashezi is up.
At the risk of not hurting Dewey and Jack, I'm going to just throw fireballs at them, put them more on fire.
Okay. You probably have to step forward at least one square to get a line of sight there. It's...
All right. So that is 14 to hit.
14 is a hit.
Alright, and then that's 1d10.
Do it.
Jesus. It didn't work tonight. 1 damage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm imagining like the little way through the cave here is pretty crowded, so it's you barely caught the edge of him.
Caught sight of his shirt.
Yeah, but he got a little burnt there. All right, any other movement or bonus action?
I had a bonus action I wanted to do. I want to move back with tempestuous magic.
Okay.
Use that as my bonus action. Wait, can I use them?
Yeah, you can do that. After you Firebolt is a cantrip, so you can only do that after you cast a first level spell.
Okay, well, no. I'll just stay where I am at.
Okay. Then the next kobold is sleeping. Earl is up.
All right. Is doing a religion check an action?
Normally, but I'll say if just go ahead and roll it, and if like if you roll really low, I won't make it use your action.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's a little better. 16.
16. Knowing about ghosts and undead. That's what you're trying to get information about, right?
Yeah, and just like what would keep them there.
Sometimes they could be bound to a location or to an object.
Okay.
Sometimes not. They can kind of roam around.
Mm-hmm.
There's different cases that you've heard of that have that are just different. Sometimes a ghost can basically possess someone by overpowering them. Some seem to be able to come and go as they please. So you're not sure if Janth is bound here to something, or bound to the location, or bound to treks. But
okay.
There's usually something tying the ghost to the material plane.
All right, so probably something physical, but whether that's like a general location or a person or an object, who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. And would that be my action, just getting that information?
I'll say you can still do an action this turn. That would just be something you could have thought about as you see the others falling asleep. And
Okay. From where I am, can I cast guiding bolt without getting without inflicting damage on my party? Or can I move a little bit closer to be able to do that?
Guiding bolt is, I would say, as long as you don't roll a 1, you'll be fine. If you roll a 1, you might hit something.
Okay. And then it has a +6 next to it, so is that just like a D20 +6?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's a 22.
22 is a hit.
All right, so I think that. Oh, and I'm sorry, I cast it at level 1, so that's a 4d6. 5, 2, and 3.
Is that 15?
Yes.
Okay. So this kobold that had 5 hit points gets just obliterated by this flash of light.
Whoop.
And I'm going to say it'll even knock him back a little bit knock him back to the wall. And he goes down, and his corpse is just glittering with sparkly light.
Is there anything left? Like is his body still there? His clothes? Any objects he might have been carrying?
He's still there. He's a little bit burnt and glowing, but yeah, all the stuff is still there.
Okay. All right. And since we're not we haven't gotten out of initiative. Oh, I can't do anything else. Crud.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, I would love to detect magic or something, but okay, perception. Okay, that's a 15.
Once your eyes adjust after this big flash of light in this darker cavern, you do notice a ghostly form appear in the space above where Trex was.
Great. And only I can see it, or everybody can see it?
Everyone can see it now.
All right. Does anyone have the, number for Ghostbusters or?
Okay, so are we still doing the initiative?
Yep.
Okay.
So that'll be the end of the round. That kobold is sleeping. So Dewey is up.
Okay. Not sure what to do to a ghost.
Can you do like an insight check or something? Maybe to figure out a weakness?
Did they sleep?
Yeah, or...
Or do you have it's like, I don't know if like detect magic would be good, or like...
I don't have that.
Or identify, or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't have those.
Okay.
I think I'm going to am I doing my lights, or wasn't I using my mage hand to hold a torch?
You were.
Didn't have to do okay, so I don't have to worry about not concentrating on stuff. I'm going to cast Bane on it then.
Okay.
So, charisma saving throw.
That's a 16.
Oh, that saves. Dang it. I am going to I'm going to bonus action give Jack a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Jack, pretty much any roll you do, you can add a d6 to.
Okay.
If you feel like you need it.
Okay, so Jack is up.
Can I use Harness Divine Power to regain a spell slot?
I think you can.
And is that all I can do, or can I still?
Let's see. That is a bonus action, so you still have an action this turn.
Okay, so I can still try a spell as well. Okay. It says on my main page that I can do Divine Smite, and I'm assuming now that I've leveled up, I can use it anytime. And it says, let's see, I can expend a spell slot to do 2d8 extra radiant damage to the target, plus 1d8 for each spell level higher than first, plus 1d8 against undead or fiends. Would he classify as undead still? Or go something new?
You would know the ghost is undead.
Okay. So, how many d8s is that?
So if you just use your Divine Smite on it.
Yeah, would that be 3?
So you do your normal attack damage on the glaive, which is a 1d10 plus 3, and then your Divine Smite would do an extra 2d8 damage on top of that.
But because he's undead, it's an additional 1d8 at the bottom?
Yes, so 3d8. So your normal glaive damage plus 3d8.
All right, thank you.
But you have to roll to hit first.
19 to hit.
That is a hit.
And then 10 damage. And
10 damage from the glaive.
yep.
Okay.
And I'll just do 3d8s like this. Oh. 25?
25 radiant damage.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay. So the glaive, you notice he kind of shrugs that off. It doesn't seem to do as much damage as you'd expect the glaive to do, but that radiant damage hits him pretty good.
And I take a step back, but not too far.
All right. You're stepping back. You're kind of just stepping back over the sleeping kobold.
Yep.
All right. You can do that. Okay. It is going to step ahead just a little bit. I'm not just going to step to the side. Wait. I can see you all from there. So it's basically just looking up at all of you, and you see as his face just turns into this grotesque, monstrous form, and it like screeches. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Mm. At least it's wisdom.
Oh. 8?
You can add your D6 if you want to.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I would do that.
I feel inspired.
7.
12?
17 with the +5.
14 for me.
So 17 Earl, 14 Dewey, 12 Jack, 7 Kishezi.
Yeah.
Jack and Kishezi, you are frightened of this ghost. So you have the frightened condition, which basically means you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight, and you cannot willingly move closer to it.
Will you read that to me again? I know you can't move closer. What's the first half?
You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while it's in your line of sight.
Okay.
So like while you can see it, you have disadvantage and you can't move closer.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Kashezi. Please roll a d4.
Ooh.
No.
2.
Okay.
Am I still taking an action?
This is still the ghost turn.
Okay.
That was it for now. It's Kobold sleep. Kashezi's turn.
Okay. I'm not really sure what to do. Um, can I try arc lightning? Will something like that work on an undead?
You can certainly try. If that is a spell attack, you'll be at disadvantage.
Okay. So it'll be second level arc lightning. Okay. That was a
Oh no, the target has to make a dexterity saving throw, so there is a disadvantage.
free bolt. Okay.
Okay, so let's go make a dex save. That's 14. And yeah, that's the same.
Yeah.
So half damage. So you can do 2d8 lightning damage.
2d8. All right. That's an 8 and a 3, so 11.
11, so takes half. So that's only 5. And then the ghost doesn't seem to be taking the damage very well. He took some, but not too much.
Okay.
And I think you have the option for it to arc to other targets if you want. Yeah, you can target up to 2 additional creatures within 20 feet. And I don't think you have to if you don't want to.
Are we sure we're not going to attack the other kobolds, guys?
I mean, they're asleep, so they'll stay that way if you don't do anything to them.
Got it. I'll leave them alone. But yeah, that's it for my turn.
Okay. That one's still asleep, so Earl's turn.
Question: if I were to use detect magic, it does say that it's one action up to 10 minutes. So does that mean that it could be instantaneous? Like I wouldn't have to wait? Like if I wanted to sense, like what I'm hoping this can do is if there's anything on like the corpse or the ghost that we can tell that is maybe like channeling, like keeping this ghost on this plane, like if it's super localized, would detect magic be able to sense that?
If there's something magical doing it, it would sense it.
Okay, if it's magical.
And yeah, it's one action to cast the spell, and then as long as you maintain concentration, the spell will keep going.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna cast detect magic, see if we can determine what this ghost, how this ghost is feeding itself. Like if there's anything like around, like it casts like up to 30 feet. So if there's anything for, say, like any of the sleeping kobolds, or like the actual smoldering corpse nearby, like the clothes, or wasn't it carrying something a little unusual, like a backpack or something?
He's got like a pouch satchel thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so you cast Detect Magic, and like you guys are carrying a few magic items with you. That's expected. Those light up. Nothing on the kobolds or around them comes to your attention, but you do sense something through the wall to your left.
Oh, okay.
It seems right about at that 30-foot range.
Are we kind of close to where that third level is with the police system thing?
That was on your way in here. Yeah.
Okay. Son of a gun. We probably found that's probably the source what we're looking for. Okay. Well, sorry guys, that's my action. I don't really have a good bonus action, so I guess I'll stay where I am.
All right. This kobold is still sleeping. So that takes us back to Dewey's turn.
I'm gonna try to cast Bane again to see if that might help.
Okay, so saving throw.
Yes, please.
Which kind of saving throw?
A charisma.
It's a 14.
Why?
And this
You
dice.
did that last time too. Okay. I am going to bonus action give Kastresi a bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
Okay. And am I in a? If I move, will I do an opportunity attack?
You are not in range of
Okay.
anything that's threatening at the moment.
Can I move around the corner behind Jesse, since it seems to be like a line of sight thing with him?
Yeah, you can get kind of like back here.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, you kind of have to squeeze past people, but you can get there.
Can hop.
Yeah, so your light has gone with you. Unless you want to, we can say that your mage hand was around.
Yeah, I'll leave my mage hand just holding in the middle of the room.
Okay, you guys know where it was. I'm not going to update the light on the map for the moment. And it is Jack's turn.
I'm just gonna pull out my bow and shoot him. I'm out of reach with the glaive, right? Because I can't move closer.
Slightly, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You're about 15 feet away.
Let's see.
But yeah, you can fire your longbow with disadvantage.
Okay. So that's 2 rolls, and the lowest one I keep.
Yeah.
All right. 13 to hit.
13 is a hit.
One damage to a ghost.
You see that the arrow kind of just passes right through it, and lands in the far end of the cave.
Still made me feel better.
All right. Anything else this turn?
Do I get to re-roll for the being afraid eventually? Or is it going to stay on me for a while?
I was just checking that.
Yeah, man, you with your radiant glaive is our only.
Yeah, so both Kashesi and Jack, go ahead. I missed that on Kashesi. At the end of your turn, you can re-roll your saving throw.
Well, I have a bonus action as an emissary of peace, and I can get +5 charisma. Will that help me?
So you would have to do that before your saving throw, which I think is what you would want to do anyway. So the extra saving throw happens at the end of your turn.
Okay.
So Kashesi can do that for the end of her turn.
Okay.
So wisdom save.
Are we doing it now?
Yeah, go ahead. I skipped it on your last turn. I forgot about it, so we can do it now.
Yikes. 3.
3.
$19.
19. Jack does save. You're no longer frightened.
All right. So,
all right. Then the ghost is going to move. It's going to pass all the way through Jack and land on the backside. You do get a opportunity attack when it enters your space. So I guess that'll be
glaive.
Here, you can do a glaive attack.
Okay. 11 to hit.
That is a hit.
6 damage.
Yeah, similarly, your glaive kind of goes right through it, and it seems hurt, but not very.
Okay.
And yeah, it continues moving through, and it moves completely through Jack and past him. Right here. And it turns to Kashesi and just stares at her. And have Kashesi make a charisma saving throw with disadvantage.
Yeah, okay.
Bad, you're +6 probably.
That would have been a 23 if I didn't have disadvantage. 4 and so 8. Oh, I can add my bardic inspiration to that?
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Alright. That would be 12 total.
Okay. Alright, that's it for that for now. This kobold is still sleeping.
Did Kashesi take any damage for that?
No.
Okay.
And it is Kashesi's turn.
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna hit him with arc lightning again, just because I can do something to him.
Alright.
It has to be a 12 dex.
Okay. That's only a 10.
Okay.
So that's a fail.
Alright, so now that is 2d8. That's a 5. And a 7. So 12?
12 damage.
Yes.
12 lightning damage was exactly enough. As it's resistant, but I had 6 hit points.
Thank God.
So yeah, you see this lightning swirl inside this ghostly form, and the ghost just kind of evaporates.
Whoa.
But a couple of interesting things happened that I am going to update you on. I'm going to send a couple of whispers.
Oh, great.
Mm.
I'm gonna guess something weird happened when it passed through Jack.
No. Nothing can get through this shell.
One moment.
Yeah, because like the ghost disappeared. It didn't die, did it? Oh boy.
Or he goes into each of the kobolds. We have to fight them one after the other.
Hmm.
And then we have to fight each other one after the other until the last turtle is standing.
Or we figure out what the heck is keeping this ghost on this plane.
I
You need
mean,
to talk to old Quipwreck, your homie.
my suggestion was about to be just like throw him in the pit and like let that just be dealt with at some later point.
Yeah, so now that this ghost is dealt with, you still have a little over half a minute on the sleep spell. So the other kobolds are asleep. You don't have anything. There's nothing threatening right now, so we can drop initiative. And as you guys look around, you notice that Kishezi just seems a lot more mature than she used to. She seems like she has aged.
Whoa.
Age?
I mean, it was a hard fight. Experience and all that.
What does the older Ganassi look like?
Okay.
I suspect the same, to be honest with you.
So did you guys did Kashezi share her her age previously?
I don't have it in my notes, but
I feel like we talked about it, but I don't.
She's got 2 gray dreads now.
Probably more.
What is that? A rogue?
Oh yeah, from X-Men.
That would be Storm.
Keshisi was 21 at the start.
Mm.
Yeah, and she seems now more like a middle-aged woman.
Physically or mentally and behaviorally?
So far, it's just what you can see.
Okay. Middle age, you say? Okay.
Yep.
All right, I think I would just keep moving and let's deal with these kobolds.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check Trex's body real quick, see if he had anything on him. Or it's not still smoldering.
Did we each get notes, Stephen, or if we didn't get anything, we're good?
Not everyone got anything.
Okay.
so
Can
my
I?
question was going to tie the kobolds up together for now, just to kind of.
We could each put Thunder Cakes on their little bodies, so when they wake up, they'll have food.
Oh, I didn't share this last week. I thought I did. There was a picture of Trex. That didn't. Sorry, this is the right thing. Never mind. I'll go to that one.
Can I take a look at if I see Kashesi looking at the body? Can I start rummaging around the corpse clothes or even the bag.
Oh, cool.
Kishezi's coming through. Yeah, he's basically got a belt with certain belts and pouches, and he's got these like fake dragon wings.
Oh, that's a nice belt.
Gonna take the belt before Jack can get it.
What? No, we gotta divvy the spoils. Look at those gloves.
Hey, Kashesi, why do you want the belt so much?
I think it's neat.
Why do you think it's neat? You usually don't find this kind of thing interesting.
I mean, do you see this type of leather? I haven't seen it since we've been up here in Icewind Dale. Really nice.
What's so nice about it?
Texture, the color. It smells like fresh leather.
I think like like looking at Earl, like what's
I'm tying up the kobolds in the background.
So yeah, there's a couple pouches. It looks like there's maybe like little chunks of meat stored in one of them. Probably rat meat. One of them is a satchel that he talked about had his some of the plants he was studying in it, and he had a little holster for his dagger.
Can I talk to Jack real quick, quietly? I have an idea, or at least a theory.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Come over to me. All right, I'm looking at you.
All right, my detect magic didn't do what I thought it was going to do. But Kashesi really likes that belt. This isn't like her. I think something's going on with that belt.
It's a good looking belt.
You're
sure thinking what I'm thinking? That would look better on me.
Not thinking money. I'm thinking different plane. I think we got to do something to that belt. Not sell it, Jack. I think we got to destroy it. I think that belt is what's keeping the ghost here.
We haven't even looked inside it yet.
Something about that belt. I don't care what it is. There's something weird. Either something like inside one little pocket thingies or inside the satchel or something about the leather that Kashesi keeps talking about.
All right, I walk over instantly and like try to just take it confidently out of Kashesi's hands.
Oh no.
And inspect it. And then I just toss it to Earl.
Not the plan.
Snatch it back. What are you doing, Jack?
Look at it.
I know, I saw it.
We got to check out what's in the pockets as a team. Here, Earl, come check this out.
Is there any way... Can we somehow destroy the belt without hurting Kashesi? Like, I'm thinking this to myself.
I kind of hesitantly just let Jack hold it. You can look at one of the pockets, Jack.
I just shake my head and I start opening the pockets. So.
I think Dewey at this point, I think I was focused on finishing mapping out this room, because I've been keeping track of that. And then I'm noticing all this weird stuff going on. I'm just kind of what, why is there a situation right now?
Yeah, Dewey, you walk down there, you can see it ends in both directions. Yeah. There are some more crystals sticking out of the wall. And probably by about now the sleep spell is wearing off and your other kobold friends are waking up.
They're tied. And I gave them some tundra cake crumbs.
I mean, I don't know when you had time to tie them up.
Yeah,
while they were.
That's the first thing we did was we said we were going to tie them up.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
While y'all was talking, I went and did it while Kashesi was looking at the belt.
Yeah,
Sure.
I would have helped if you needed it because that was the first thing I wanted to do.
Okay, did you like bring them all together and tie them all together?
That was my thought, is just circle around them.
Sure. Okay.
Do we still have the mage hand?
Yeah, I have mage hand holding a torch.
I kind of
Are
want
you
to
asking that out loud?
We're not on initiative right now, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Earl's not known for his acting skills. I kind of want to casually, like, I'm gonna look at this build really like closely. This looks really interesting, while surreptitiously lighting a torch to try to burn it.
Okay.
Because
So, well, Jack is holding the belt right now, right?
yes.
Did you let it go, Kashesi?
Not entirely. I'm just letting you. Just letting you
Inspect
hold
it.
half of it.
Okay, great.
It's got a couple pouches and it's got a holster for the dagger. So you're just trying to put a torch underneath it?
Yes, while getting rid of the dagger, but like be like,
Yeah, the dagger's not in it. The dagger probably landed on the floor somewhere.
okay. Trying to burn it.
Okay, so the two of you are like admiring this belt as Earl comes along and just holds a torch underneath it.
Trying to see.
And I just and like I yelled at Earl. I yelled Jack, grab the belt. We need to burn this.
Okay, I do this quick action, whoop, and then twist to hit the shell bump, boom, and then toss it to Earl. Just a good pivot.
Is Kashesi allowing that, or are you trying to hold on to it still?
I just did a strength check just for fun, and I got a 4. So.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a strength contest.
I bet 6.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So
You're
Jack,
both like half-assedly like trying to like.
Yeah, Jack pulls the belt away with the pouches and satchel and holster on it.
I just toss it to Earl because I don't really know what's going on, but I just trust Earl, so I just toss it.
I think at this point, Dewey doesn't understand like Dewey's just gonna be like, what is going on with the belt? Why is this a situation? Like, what's going on here? Like,
and then I set up a screen so Kashesi can't get past, a quick block.
At this point, Earl's like taking the torch and is like trying to torch the belt, and he's like, this isn't working fast enough. He's getting frustrated, and this is kind of ridiculous. Can I cast Guiding Bolt on this belt?
Throw it in the shell. Throw it in the shell.
Alrighty, because like I'm trying to like instantly burn this thing because I think this belt is what's keeping this ghost here. Something about this belt. Just by the way, Kajeshi's been looking and interacting. This is just a theory of his.
While that's happening, can I do Divine Sense to try to figure out what's going on?
Yeah. So first of all, Earl is casting a spell. You're casting. Did you say Guiding Bolt? Or what were you casting?
Guiding Bolt. That's like a fiery one, right?
It's radiant damage, I believe.
Okay. I'm basically trying to burn this thing just disintegrated.
Yeah, it's like all your stuff is radiant damage, which is like laser burning.
Well, It's all I got. I'm taking a torch. I'm putting the torch on it while trying to cast Guiding Bolt on it.
Okay. Guiding bolt. I'll say you can, if you're literally holding it, so you can forego the attack roll and go ahead and roll your 4d6 radiant damage.
Okay. 5, 1, 6. Okay. 2, because that's 8. And 6. So 14.
The entire belt just kind of burns up in the sparkly light, and the 3 pouches on it, the satchel, just start kind of smoldering.
Earl's getting frustrated at this point. He's trying to take the torch, and if he sees, he's like, Dewey, I need your other torch. I think there's something about this that's keeping this ghost here.
I think I'm just crying in the background at this point. trying
What?
to get around it.
Keep away from Kashesi.
I'm sorry.
Okay, if she's crying, Dewey's gonna be like, what? Because at this point, that the torch that my mage hand is holding is our light source. I don't know if I'm gonna want us to be shoving it and possibly having it go out trying to do something else. And then if she starts crying, I think Dewey is just really confused right now and doesn't know what to do.
All right, I just pull out a torch and swing it to Earl.
I'm like, okay, great. He takes it to the 3 pouch. You said they were smoldering in pouches or something.
Yeah, so you kind of destroyed the belt, and it released all the stuff that was on the belt. There's still radiant energy bouncing around on it.
Okay. If I were to take the 2 torches now and just throw them in with the 3 pouches, what would that do to the pouches?
Eventually they'll probably catch fire.
How long would that take? Unknown.
You might be there for a while.
Oh crap. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I've personally ever taken a leather pouch and tried to just light it with a flame. I think it'll burn, but I don't know how long that would. If it's just a torch, I think it'll take a little bit.
Okay, Earl's just getting frustrated, and Jack's and Earl's like, Jack, we need to destroy these pouches. How the heck do we do this? He's about to cast Guiding Bolt again.
So let me just go ahead and do, because I'm trying to figure everything out. Can I do the Divine Sense to just see?
Oh yeah.
If the thing's Kashesi or the belt, which is the bad stuff in?
Yeah, when you cast Divine Sense, so do the rundown. You detect a fiend coming from Earl. You detect an undead coming from Earl. You detect another undead coming from Kashesi.
Okay.
Okay.
So the belt's like the Horcrux.
That's what I think. Just because Kashesi instantly went towards it and said, "Ooh, this is awesome," and
maybe she just really liked it.
No.
Okay.
Believe me, you.
I mean, I was gonna wear it like a bandolier. So.
It's a good belt.
And actually, since you cast Divine Sense here just recently, and the sense you get from Kashesi is the same sense you got from Trex.
Okay, slightly evil.
Yeah.
Can we just put Kashesi to? Well, I guess she ain't fighting. She's not doing anything bad.
Are you
Could we put her to sleep?
Earl, are you verbalizing any of this stuff that you've...
Yes, I'm trying to say, like, I'm sorry because Jesse, like, if she's actually crying right now. But I'm like, we need to destroy these pouches.
Is okay.
It wasn't, so it's got to be the pouches.
Well, it was that one satchel that he was touching before. So
Yeah.
we can assume that that is where we're...
Did we open them?
Our
Or go straight for fire? Sorry.
I'm afraid for fire.
Yeah, well, you guys were looking through that. Like, so one of them probably had like little meat chunks in it. One of them was his satchel. It has like old plant clippings and moss and stuff like that. One of them, I guess, it had some kind of tools or something that he found down here.
I'm going... If that's the thing, so our kobolds are awake, correct? And they're
and I'm sure they're like tied up and shouting and cursing at you. And...
Yeah, so this is a really chaotic room right now.
Yeah.
Dewey
No,
doesn't do really like well in this type of situation, so I'm going to go. At this point, if this is like a torch crazy situation, I'm going to put my dancing lights back up for right now.
Okay.
And send my mage hand over to have an additional torch. But then I'm going to go try to talk to one of the kobolds.
Okay.
Don't know how effective I'll be, but essentially I'll like crouch down to their level and be like, "Hey, we're not killing you. Sorry, I just put you to sleep. I hope you had a good nap."
But you kill Trex.
They have tundra cakes, though.
We actually killed someone named Janth, and he apparently is a really bad ghost that was inhabiting your friend Trex, and I'm sorry about that.
And he like looks over at Trex laying dead on the ground. And, like, Trex dead.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate thing that had to happen to try to get rid of the ghost. So do you remember Trex specifically doing anything with a pouch that he had?
Trex smart. Trex has pouch.
Yeah,
Trex dead now.
This is about as well as I was thinking the conversation would go.
Well, at least he's ouch.
Did Trex do anything with the pouch?
And yeah, most of what you get from the conversation is demands to be let free and accusations of killing Trex.
Okay.
They don't really know that much about what he was doing.
I just do like a okay, sorry about that, and kind of like pat one of them on the head and like walk away.
Earl, meanwhile, is like, is anyone going to help me like destroy these?
I threw a torch onto the action. Why can't we just throw it into the pit?
That's not.
It's not like
that's not going to destroy it, though. That's just going to put it at the bottom of the pit. Because, like, if this is like a plain thing, you have to just like. Actually, is this right? Like, it to get a ghost to not be part of this material plane, you have to destroy whatever it's keeping it here. Correct?
You're not entirely sure, but that sounds logical to you.
Okay. So throwing it in a pit won't necessarily destroy it. It just will put it further down. Right?
Seems logical.
Super helpful.
You're not gonna get that from Steven.
So I'm figuring out.
No way.
I mean, I don't have anything beyond like stabbing it with a dagger.
Wait, so
Well-
is the satchel nearly destroyed at this point? Because I'm trying to like imagine a scene.
So it was basically a belt with a bunch of stuff attached to it. The belt was strung out and like the stuff was dangling. A torch was lit under it. Then a spell was cast on it, which basically disintegrated the belt. And now the three things that were on the belt are there with torches on top of them trying to get set on fire. So they're probably like smoldering and starting to burn.
Okay. Didn't mean to drop my dice. I'm gonna try to smack Jack with my mace.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Make an attack roll.
What the
You've been
heck?
blocking me the entire time. You're lucky that I'm so weak, Jack. 'Cause that was a 5.
5 isn't going to hit Jack.
Do I have an opportunity attack on that?
A
Came
reaction.
within range.
I would say I don't think you expected the combat, so I'm going to say you didn't get a reaction there, but you can take
Okay.
an action now.
Oh my goodness.
He's been blocking me the entire time.
I guess so. How tall are you?
I am the shortest one in the group. I'm like 5'5".
Okay, I think I'm just gonna like push you on the forehead.
Just
Yeah,
like,
like a
pull
quick
her
little,
off,
like-
like swing
like a
her
quick little
arms.
shove. And then just, be speechless, but shove you simultaneously.
Oh, you're doing a shove?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check.
11.
And Kishosi, make either an athletics check or an acrobatics check.
Okay. That is 18.
18, yeah. Kishosi is able to withstand your shove.
If this is like what we're coming to, I'm gonna cast sleep on Kashesi then.
What? I mean, we could just wait and see what she does, even if she
Or,
wore it longer.
If this is all happening, I've got a cantrip of Sacred Flame. Could I just keep casting that at these satchels and hope they start to burn?
I mean, I don't want her to hurt herself or one of us. Like, she has spells. If she does a crazy spell on you, like, that's going to be worse than her mace.
Yeah, why don't we put Cassie to sleep while I'm
Yeah, I'm casting sleep. I don't want her to hurt herself. This is more like for her than like, I know Jack can like take a mace hit, but all right. So I'm gonna do, let's see,
So I'm gonna say right before that happens, I'm gonna jump in. When Jack shoves Kashezi will reach her hand up and touch Jack,
Oh.
and yeah, that's gonna do some damage. So withering touch. Does 11 necrotic damage.
Okay, can I put her to sleep now?
Yeah, you can be up now.
Okay. So let's see, that's I'm only doing level 1. So that is 5, 4, 7, 8, 7.
Sorry, 5, 4, 1, 8, 8, 7.
5, 4, 7, 8, 7.
Oh, 5, 4, 7, 8, 7. 31. Kashezi, how many hit points do you have currently?
29.
Kashezi goes to sleep.
Thank you.
Oh, I was trying to talk, but I guess I don't need it now. I forgot I was muted. I was going to do rebuke the violent, but I guess we don't need that anymore.
No, we don't need to have anybody hurting anyone else.
No.
Well, she started it.
No, the ghost started it. Let's not
Well.
hurt our teammates.
The ghost
So,
ought to know better.
Okay. Yeah, if you're spamming these bags with spells, they will eventually be destroyed pretty well.
Yeah, I'm just using a cantrip here.
Sure.
Why didn't I think of that before we're to level 1? Oh well.
I feel like as
Just imagining just Earl and Jack just snatched this thing away from me and just immediately just start setting it on fire. It's like the ultimate bullying scenario.
I'm sorry.
like, okay, so as soon as like, and I'll like, when I like cast sleep, like I come up behind her to like catch her and like gently put her on the ground, like, you know, like, and kind of like set her like to the side. And then like, Dewey just like looks at Earl like, what now? Because like Earl's like the cleric, like y'all are the cleric and the paladin, like you're supposed to know about these ghosty stuff and like what to do. So like, what now?
Destroy the spells, which is what I'm trying to do right now, which I'm hoping, like, if I spam them enough, will all 3 be destroyed and the contents inside?
Yeah, eventually you kind of have a pile of like sparkly ash.
Can I do an insight check to see if I know about ghostly stuff?
Make a religion check.
Man, 3.
Oh,
You don't know any more than what Earl already kind of figured out.
Okay, I'm walking over to get the gloves.
Okay.
Because she's asleep. Good gloves.
Can I do a religion check on the glittery stuff to see if there are any after effects still?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, that's religion. Okay, what the +6 is a 19.
To the best of your knowledge, you have destroyed this enough that any attachment to it probably should be broken.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one, if anyone desired these bags, they no longer do. They're not useful anymore.
If the bags and the contents themselves are now destroyed, I'll look at Kashesi. Is she starting to look younger or anything at this point?
She's not. She still looks much older than she was before. Than asleep.
Great. Okay.
Can someone do another sense thing to sense if there's a ghost, another ghost?
Not unless we sleep here.
I can do a detect magic, or wait.
But that doesn't really tell about ghosts, does it?
If I use identify, it says I can choose an object to touch, and then if it's a magic item or other magic imbued. So what I know through my cleric training with a religion check is what's happening right now with the ethereal plane detachment. That's not magic based. Is that more like a religion based thing?
Usually, yes.
Okay, so it's religion based. Or wait, would I need to cast some type of ritual to like cleanse or do like an exorcism or something?
There's multiple ways to potentially handle it.
Mm-hmm. Would I know what they are?
I think you're not sure at this time.
Okay.
So at this point, do I need to try to write a note to Candlekeep?
Yes.
Do they have any solutions? I am also in Jack's position, like I have no more spell slots. I don't know what we should do at this point. If we should try to have a long rest, although I don't know what to do about if Kashesi is still... I mean, because it's not going to be an immediate answer, you know? Like, it usually takes a while for them to get back.
We're just gonna have to take her with us and keep an eye on her. She hasn't done anything out of the ordinary, except like...
Except try to kill you when we...
Except give you, like, a ton of neurotic damage.
Yeah, but that was just... What's damage between friends?
Okay, I'm going to let Earl write the note to them, since Earl seems to kind of understand what's going on more.
And with the training Earl has had with undead, like one of your abilities is to turn undead, like you can repel them. But I think that's about the extent of it. That's not something you've specialized in.
Mm.
So that's one of your channel divinities, is turn undead, which basically means it pushes them back. And Jack is a paladin. Like, you've got the divine sense, which you've used to good effect. I'm not sure if you have anything else. Oh, and your divine smite affects undead.
Okay, so essentially we write a note explaining we think one of our party is being inhabited by an undead. Do you have any suggestions?
And then write that kid actually inhabiting the ghost. They attacked the ghost when Kashesi made the killing blow transferred to her to have an unusual attachment to the bit and the pouches, and we've destroyed those, thinking that there might be a connection to that's what's keeping this ghost here. But that Kashesi is still older.
Okay. The minute of sleep is probably up by now.
Yeah, so if it's like I know it's getting close to being done, I would have like asked Jack to like tie her up just for the moment.
So
All right.
all of the contents of the belt are destroyed right now, like
Yes.
completely.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very confused as Jack is tying me up. What are you doing?
And I'll be there. Like, I think almost because I kind of like laid her to the side. I think I'm almost gonna like get behind her and like hold her, like as he's like tying, and I'll just be like, "It's okay. We're gonna fix you. It's okay." Like just like.
Guys, I'm fine. There's nothing to fix. Guys, I'm fine. I'm back. It's me. Hello.
Oh, I just keep tying. That's what happens when you swing on your friends.
And I'm just kind of like.
Earl, meanwhile, in the background is trying to like kick away any of the dust. He's like, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Not really sure if I trust this.
It's like, no, guys, it's really me. Like, I cast prestidigitation, like, make some sparkles. Like, it's really me. Can you stop tying me up, please? Jack, I didn't mean to hit you, or try to hit you. Sorry.
What happened?
You're just gonna ignore me?
Like I think like Dewey is just like really hesitant and just like looking at Earl like is it okay? Is it okay?
I'm still tying.
Guys, I'm fine. Jack, please.
Or Earl will go up to Kashesi and be like, what do you remember for the last minute once you killed the ghost?
Once I killed it, I was immediately attracted to a very disgusting, dirty belt. It was taken away from me, which I'm fine with that personally, and it was set on fire. I did not mean to, but I took a swing at Jack. I apologize about that. And then I went to sleep. It was a nice little nap. I'm fine now.
I think Dewey is totally gonna be convinced and be like, "Oh, good," and like hug you and like help start like taking the ropes off. Be like, "It's okay, Jack. We're okay."
No. I look at Earl and see what Earl wants to do.
Earl looks at Kashesi cautiously, says, I think we're okay, but Kashesi, would any of us have like a mirror on us?
Now look in your inventory.
Yeah.
I don't. But my glaive is pretty shiny.
All right, fine. Kashesi, can you take a look at within Jack's glaive and take a look at yourself? Do you see anything unusual?
I just kind of like look at the glaive and then I kind of like rub my face a little bit. Just looking really confused and kind of scared. Like, when did this happen?
Within the past minute after you killed the ghost and after you hit Jack with the mace and necrotic touch.
You got old.
I think the ghost did something to you.
Mm-hmm. It's like you aged 20 years in 20 seconds or something. But I'm gonna be writing. I'm gonna be writing this all down in the note to Candlekeep, saying we think she's okay. She's acting normally, but she seems to have aged 20 years. And even after destroying the objects, and now Kashesi no longer seems to be really focused on the objects. She's still aged 20 years afterwards. Is there anything we can do about that? Or any other after effects we can look into for this? Because this is beyond my skill as a cleric, I think.
You're looking as old as me.
So am I still halfway tied up at this point?
Yeah, I'm not letting Dewey. I would just like boop boop,
Are we like?
He's not good.
Am I like undoing and you're just continuing doing, and we're
No.
we're just like in a circle?
I would just bat you away. No big.
I'll just bat you back with my little, give you little
No.
claws. Like,
Or
come on.
Dewey, ask one of the kobolds when did Trex age suddenly within the past couple days or anything?
Okay, I'll ask them if they ever notice like Trex like getting older.
They're not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't think I think that's beyond their comprehension.
Like that whole concept is unusual.
And also like how a cobalt ages
I know, could be
might
different.
show completely differently, you know, like than it might not show as much.
Yeah.
How did he tell us it happened originally? You remember?
He just came upon the kobolds and then he was
No, he got murdered some kind of way.
Yeah, like
you remember dying and then
yeah, the ghost said something like 2 years ago he was like murdered or decapitated or something and came into contact with the kobolds. I think.
guys, I think we're okay now. I think we can like move forward.
Or we'll be like, can we send this to Candlekeep, please?
Yeah, I'll send it. But like,
yeah,
I'll tell like Jack if like she wanted to like do some necrotic damage to you right now, she could do it. So, but she's not, so it's fine.
Jack, I think we can trust her.
Okay.
I just want to keep an eye on you, Kashesi, to make sure you don't age any further or anything. That's my main.
All right. All right, I'll start undoing it.
Thank you, Jack.
Can't believe you swung a mace at me.
I apologize.
Well, first things first, what are we doing with these kobolds? Are we telling them like they gotta go? I feel like they'll leave now that they don't have a leader. Do we need to like escort them out of the cave? Like,
I think we can escort them to the town and say, here, we've taken the kobolds out clearly, and then the kobolds just want to be free. They want to have a shelter and whatnot. Maybe we can just take them to the town and say their leader is dead. We take the dragon wings as kind of proof of that for Trex, and then say they would like to work in the town or something, or just let them go.
I think that was just what Trex wanted. Like that was Trex trying to like be his human self because he can't be it was like the ghost trying to be humanly because he was living as a kobold. Like I think these kobolds will just go back to the forest and do their normal stuff like they've been doing.
So we're not going to turn them into the town.
I think
what are they going to do? You think they'll kill them?
Let them go.
Yeah. Or maybe we can just go the kobolds.
And like, I don't mind doing some intimidation and telling them like, if you come back to this cave or bother this town, like I will hunt you and we will kill you.
Or why don't we just go to the kobolds and say,
there's a great inn that y'all can stay at.
Like, kobolds, do you want to find food and work? Is this what all this is about?
And yeah, they do. They were on board with Trex's plan. They thought they were going to go to the town and like earn a living and get out of the cold and get food.
Why don't we just do that? We take the kobolds to the town and say, clearly the clearly the mine no longer has kobolds because here they are, and hey, they want to work in the town. They can be like kobold bar wenches or something, or work in like the inn or something. Be like mail carriers or whatever.
Or shear sheep.
Or shear sheep.
Make beds for guests.
Why don't we do that? Like, and say, kobolds, would you come with us to the town if the town will hire you?
Yeah, they will agree to that. That's what they were here for to begin with. So they're confused as to what happened with Trex, but it seems like his plan worked, and they're excited to go to the town.
Okay. Why don't we do that, everyone? Maybe we'll want to keep the kobolds like together, so to speak. Like maybe tied up the way that there are, but able to walk still.
I think we need to, if anything, leave them, like, take them around and leave them at the elevator and just be like, y'all gotta wait here, because, like, we're not dragging them around with us the whole time. Unless they'll, like, willingly come and, like, stay together. I don't know about dragging them all over the place while we try to find this source.
Well, my detect magic said it was 30 feet away, so I bet you it's where that third level is. So maybe I can just super quick. The way to get there, wasn't it sort of like a pulley system with like a bucket?
Yeah, there's basically a cable stretched across the big pit with a bucket attached to it, and there's a little crank that will swing it across.
Why don't I go across it? You all stay here with the kobolds, or one person go with me just to make sure that I don't fall into the chasm of death. I'll search around based off of that detect magic and see what I find. And if we need a second person, I'll crank the bucket back.
I would like to go because I am curious, because I've been pretty much like mapping out this entire place.
All right, I'll keep an eye on them.
So maybe Dewey and I go to the third level, like me, because I had whatever this dream is, Dewey as backup / cave mapper.
Yeah. Could I Steven, like, probably, like, if Earl is describing that they felt something, like, in this section, like, to the left, based on the fact that I've mapped everything out, is that, like, a correct assumption that it's probably on the like, another level? It's not something that we've been to or seen?
Correct.
Do we do, like, a survival, like...
No, I can... The only thing around this way, assuming you had like an accurate sense of direction, which you can kind of use the pit as like your guiding point. The like break room place where there was a table and chairs.
Yeah.
That would be to your south and above you.
Okay. Okay, well, cool.
But you just descended quite a ways to get to this point, so you haven't been down here yet.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Well, do you want to go back and then pulley each other over?
So, Dewey and Earl.
Yeah, I think that.
So Jack and Kishezi and the kobolds are just staying in this room.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's still torches and stuff with them, so they're fine, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I still got blind sight, so I'd be okay.
So you guys come back to the pit, and you remember this this horizontal bridge is pretty far above you. That you came across that on the way in, And from where you are on this bridge, about in the middle of it, there's this pulley system from there to the middle of this one down here. And the bucket looks like it's similar to the one you rode down the little elevator, but this one's going horizontally. You can fit one person on it. And there isn't a crank in the bucket, there's a crank on the wall, but the person in the bucket could just like pull on the rope to move if you wanted.
Okay. Earl, do you want to go first? And I'll crank you, and then I can maybe pull myself.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Okay. Earl, it takes a couple minutes, but eventually you make your way across without issue. And then you cranking it back for doing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a crank on this wall too?
Yeah, there's a crank on both walls.
Okay.
And eventually it makes its way back. Dewey gets in and Dewey can come over to. And so you can see to basically on the either end of this little bridge, there's a little passageway. Both of them are a pretty narrow entrance.
Can I go in the direction that like I could have like mentally mapped out where we think that?
Yeah, the one that those because you can see over here is where you guys just came in with the kobolds.
Mm-hmm.
So this one right here would be the closer one to that.
Okay, let's go there first then.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a little bit of a squeeze to get into this room. The entrance to it is pretty narrow. But you come in here and you immediately see in the kind of the far wall a fossilized skull partially juts out from the east wall of this small cave, 5 feet off the ground. The skull has larger than normal eye sockets, a curious ridge between the eyes, nothing that would pass for a nose, and 4 small holes where one would expect to see teeth.
Could I do a
Tentacles.
insight check to see does this skull look similar to like the mind flayers in my dream? Or something like that, or
Just make a history check to try and remember.
okay.
Can we walk a little further in?
Yep.
History check is going to be a 14.
I don't know that you've seen a dead mind flayer or a mind flayer skull, but this is what you'd imagine one might look like.
Okay. And would originally check magic. It lasted 10 minutes. I'm going to assume it's been more than 10 minutes.
I think so.
Okay.
By the time you casted all those spells and you waited a minute for Kashesi to sleep and you took the bucket back and forth.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so there's a skull that we think is a mind flayer. Is there anything unusual about the skull? Like, is there like anything inside it?
I'll make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
There does seem to be something lodged inside it.
Sure. But we can't tell what it is, correct?
Yeah, it's just looking at it with the light you have, there's something reflecting up in there, like behind its eyes.
There's probably like a creepy brain in there. It's a mind flayer. They like brains.
Right, but when I cast detect magic before, it was something magical in here. So
yeah, it's probably like their brains turned to like magical fossils.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure.
Sorry, wrong die. 16.
16. This is definitely a Mind Flayer skull. And the thing you're seeing is where the Illithid's brain would have been.
Okay. But I can't tell what this brain thing is.
Yeah, you're not sure without trying to get it out.
And Earl's super curious, but every time Earl gets curious, I get another feed friend.
So are we just taking the whole skull then and just letting them take whatever it is out from it?
There's just the skull. This isn't like a tomb or anything that I'm trying to desecrate because
Looking around, it seems like a small little cavern in here that doesn't look any different from others in this whole mine. And you only see the skull. It seems a little out of place.
But like no like other bones or artifacts or
No, there's nothing. There's no like rituals here or like carvings or anything.
And you said it's like lodged in. Are we gonna have to like pick it out of the stone? Is that what?
Yeah. If you go up and just try to touch it, move it, it's stuck in there pretty good.
Okay.
If we touch it, do we feel? Is there any kind of sense of it for like when we touch the skull or anything around it, or is that another cast detect magic?
No, it just feels like you're touching rock and bone.
Okay. I think we've got to dig it out.
Didn't you get a pick from the beginning?
Yes, I have a pick.
I didn't.
Hey, do it. You want to sing me like a work song as I pick?
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. I'm sure I have a good like Dwarven-y.
Dig.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like that. A lot like that.
Hi ho, pick we go. Picky Mind Flayer skulls, hi ho.
Okay, yeah, just with a couple of swings at it, you find the skull basically just shatters. And you see inside of it seems to be some kind of crystal. It's a purple crystal.
Power source.
Oh god, power source. Can I do an Arcana check on that crystal?
Sure.
Or is it or is that more of a history check for like what this is?
I can try Arcana.
Okay. 17.
This does appear to be a magic item.
Okay.
Yay! Good job.
Would I know if I pick this up? Am I going to get like a third fiend or anything?
You don't know until you try.
I pick it up with my mage hand. Do you?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're gonna need to hit it a few more times to get it to completely dislodge. Like the skull around it is shattered, but it's still stuck in the.
Oh, okay.
So I'll roll dice to see how long it takes you to pick at it. Oh, it's only an extra minute.
Okay.
You hit it a few good times and it comes loose. It's a good time to roll a one. Only cost you a minute. All right, and you have this item now.
Yeah, I'll if you're afraid to touch it, I'll pick it up with my mage hand, and like if there's a bag you want to put it in, like to keep on you.
Yeah, because sorry, I'm trying to look at my spells right now because I would love to be able to. The way that identify works, if I touch it, I just learn about its properties. I don't like attune to it or anything like that. Is that accurate?
Correct. You'd have to sit with it for a short rest to attune to it.
Okay. Okay. Do I have?
I mean, I don't think you need to be attuning to a power source.
I just want to like confirm this. Okay, I've got a spell slot for this left. I will. Earl's like his curiosity gets the better of him. He says, "I'm going to cast Identify and touch it."
Okay, I'm going to send you some info.
Please tell me I don't have a mind flayer friend. Please, I only have 2 shoulders. I don't need a third.
Is it good, Earl? We good?
Yeah, I think you see Earl like with this look on his face, debating whether he should, if he should attune or not. He's torn. But yeah, we're good.
I don't know. I wouldn't touch or do anything with it. If we need to get it to give it to the mind flayers, like save all its juice for them.
Earl will look at Dewey and be like, "Oh, okay." He's still hesitant, but he says, "Okay."
I mean, like the last thing we want is for it to like we get it to them and it not like work the way they need it to. I don't know. I just keep it in a safe place, and let's try to get it to them so they can leave as quick as possible.
If we take a long rest sometime tonight, could I like pray to Celestian regarding the side crystal, see if I can get some insight on it, or like maybe some further insight on the dream I had about these mind flayers?
Yeah, you can try that.
Okay. I'll do that before tuning. Before thinking about whether to attune, I should say.
Okay.
If we're good to go, the curiosity in me will want to check the other path that we could have gone through just to see if there's anything else there that before we go back to everybody else.
Okay. You can walk over there. Is Earl following? Doing?
Yes, I'm following while still just kind of looking at the crystal a bit.
You come into
Do I have to
this.
be worried about you being obsessed with something?
Obsessed, more like he knows his curiosity has gotten the better of him so often before, but he's like, I'm gonna pray on it tonight, but he's still pretty like focused on it.
So sparkling geodes greet you
Ooh.
as you enter this cavern. The gems are exposed in places sticking out from the walls like glassy shards. The floor rises near the eastern wall, leaving a natural ridge with stone ramps leading upward on either end. So this is where you were told they were actively still working on mining out crystals.
Oh. Okay. Is there anything of interest beyond like crystals that we would have to spend hours picking at?
Looking around now, they might have left some other tools lying around.
Okay.
But otherwise,
Right.
it's mine stuff.
I'll take another swing.
Curiosity sated, I'll be fine.
All right.
Earl, do you want to go first across there? put the thing in a safe spot. You're going across a giant pit.
All right, he'll keep it in his lap. And
you don't have like a pouch or something you can put it in?
You burned up all the pouches.
I'll put it in my knapsack.
Okay, yeah, that will make Dewey feel better.
Okay. Eventually, you go over, send the thing back, and Dewey comes over and
Yay!
make your way back.
All right, I'll come in to the tunnel where everybody else is and be like, "Success! Let's go. Let's get out of here."
Did Jack and Kashezi do anything interesting with the kobolds in the meantime?
We did. I showed them.
Did you play some like Duck Duck Goose?
I showed them my little sculpture. We took turns picking at some stones in the wall.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Go ahead and roll a D100.
I don't know how to do that. What's a D100? Oh, I see it. Okay. $17.
Yeah, you pick at some shiny stuff in the wall, but you don't get anything from it.
Kashesi, did we do anything else? I showed Kashesi the gloves.
I like the gloves. They're pretty cool.
You can have them
I
if
just
you.
kind of like sat on the floor the entire time.
You can have them if you want.
Are you sure, Jack?
Yeah, I don't really have fingers after all.
Okay.
And I got the socks.
I'll take them.
Yeah.
Thank you. Other than that, I just sat on the floor and kind of adjusted to being old.
Yeah, that was pretty sudden.
I talked about midlife with her.
They kind of put my mind at ease. Like, okay, it's not going to be so bad.
Well, not a turtle's midlife, other people's midlife.
All right, guys, let's get out of here. Tired. What time like must it be? Like it's probably late, right?
Yeah, you're not sure. You've been underground.
I have a good sense of time, though.
So you guys just kind of make your way back?
Yes.
Are the kobolds still tied up?
I have my handy map, so I know everywhere we go.
Are the kobolds still tied up, or have you let them free?
Maybe just their wrists are tied.
Okay.
And like a,
like a
6-foot gap in between them. Yeah.
Okay, they'll follow you out. And eventually you can make your way back up and out of the mine. And that's another half hour or so walk back into town.
The mine.
Oh, for the crystal, should that be added to my inventory?
Yeah.
Or Buddy's inventory?
Yep, you can add it to your inventory. You're holding on to it.
I see a couple options based on intelligence. Should I do the one that says the crystal?
Your intelligence is 14.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what that little figurine was. It was a dog with Termalaine eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't find it in my notes.
Yeah, I can find it
That's what it
again.
was.
Yeah, it's a small figurine of a dog carved out of rock with 2 pebble-sized Termalaines for eyes.
Alright. Thank you.
All right, guys. What's the plan? Are you
Are we back in town?
gonna try to convince the townspeople to give them a job, or
I would go back to the bar to see if the speaker is there.
Okay.
I mean, we can keep the kobolds out of sight until you talk and then fill them out.
Well, if we're keeping them out of sight, where are we keeping them out of sight? Because
I'll just
I could just
I'll just cover them with my bear pelt.
we could just wait. I could just wait in the alley behind the bar till you see if he wants them like dead or is willing to like hire him or what have you.
Right. I mean, like they want freedom, so Earl would kind of advocate for their freedom here. He'd feel pretty strongly at this point.
I mean, they can be free anywhere,
but
though.
like if the town speaker says no, I want them dead, Earl would feel bad about that.
Yeah.
I'll hang out with them.
Okay.
Or I'll just wait outside of town a little ways.
I mean, if you're doing that, then we can just be like, yeah, they're sure. We'll get rid of them.
Okay. So, can we go to the end? I would say go to the.
You head back to the Blue Clan?
Yes, thank you, the Blue Clan.
Okay, yeah, you can go there and you can. They're not waiting outside anymore, but you can find Speaker Master is inside. And yeah, he sees you. He's like, "Oh, you've returned already. What have you found?"
Boy, what have we found? So
are you like bringing the kobolds and everyone into the Blue Clan?
No. The kobolds are staying behind with Jack, like just outside of town.
But I would imagine that everybody else, minus Jack and the kobolds, are coming in.
Okay.
And I'll say.
So essentially, the kobolds were being led by a evil spirit that was inhabiting one of the kobolds. So we got rid of that. You know, and really the kobolds, they just want someplace warm. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I'll just kind of like, as I'm like talking about, I like kind of like pat on like Kashesi, like we're not gonna talk about it, but like I'm like feeling for her.
The spirit has been taken care of. We fought a grell that was in the mine as well. There were.
Oh yeah, we think that may have killed the man that was missing.
Just so what's his name?
Oh,
to be safe now.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Just that you don't even know how much that means that we get the mine open again. Are you able to stay in town a couple of days? I would like to get my men to go just verify, and not that I don't trust you, but we just need to verify the mine is safe and ready to open again, and I will get you paid as soon as that's ready to go.
We do need to get out of town the next day, but we could potentially come back, or if you find the cave of the mine cleared out as you expect it to be, do the 10 towns have sort of like a mail system where like maybe any reward could be mailed to, say, one of the other towns?
Yeah.
There isn't like an official system, but you can like hire a courier.
Yeah, like we can. Could we request a courier send our money to? Oh gosh, what's the town where the jackpot is?
Cairdenivall?
Cairdenivall, yes.
I'm sure that can be arranged.
And we would also have another request, if possible. Not all the some kobolds came with us. They're looking for work.
Really?
Yes, they're not harmful. They were only following Trex because they wanted food and shelter and warmth, but they seem to want to work for a living. Like that's their whole reason why all this happened, and they would want to do this right, I think. We have 4 of them in the alley, or
3
outside of town, like we can show you and talk, and with our friend Jack, if you would like to come with us.
Well, that's most unusual, but sure, why not? We'll hear what they have to say.
Would you be willing to come with us now and talk with these kobolds?
And yeah, he starts putting on his jacket and getting suited up for the outdoors. And
I'm not gonna say this isn't a little bit creepy. We're like asking him to come to an alley.
Right.
and he brings Dismo with him.
Okay. I was about to say, like, if you would like to bring 1 or 2 of your friends, for protection, please feel free to do so.
Yeah, there's probably a couple other people around, like in the tavern. It's like, kobolds are looking for work. Anyone else want to just come see this? And there's probably 1 or 2 drunken townsfolk, fishermen and loggers come along. It's like, all right. So you got a small group. You gotta come to.
We'll take him to Jack.
I'm showing the kobolds tricks with my quarterstaff. My twirling skills.
And you still have them tied up at the moment? But at least...
Yeah, but they're just, relaxing. They're seated. I'm demonstrating my skills.
Okay.
It's pretty entertaining.
They are impressed by your antics as they wait in the cold. They do seem very cold though, as they're waiting. But yeah, it's not too much longer. You do see the group come along. And I'm just going to go ahead and make 1 collective persuasion roll for the kobolds on their behalf. Do any of you want to help them?
I do.
Okay, so I'll make it with advantage, but with the kobolds' charisma score. Natural 20.
I was about to say, I can cast guidance on the kobolds too to give them a +4 if that helps.
Sure. So that's since they have a -1, that's a total of 23. So yeah, with guidance, it's more than they could have possibly done on their own. So yeah, I rolled a 20 and a 4.
Aww.
So yeah, seeing that they are sincere and willing to work, Oris is going to just give them a chance, and at first offer them just kind of menial job like transporting some lumber. But if they do well with that, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, they seem eager to prove themselves.
Aww.
Look at this cute, happy ending, guys. This is
No thanks to you, Dewey.
what? I'm the one that put them asleep.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, we would have been fighting them, and they would probably be dead by now.
No,
So
you wanted to kill him from the get-go. And I mumbled some more in Aquan language.
Everybody played a role in this beautiful ending.
Well, we're happy for them. I need to give them something.
You want to get
I'm trying to remember at the place we're staying, the east side, did they have food there?
I think not much. There is a bit of a common room. So they do have a little bit to offer, but that's not their main thing. They probably have like snacks and water.
Then I would probably suggest. Oh, do we know what time it is?
It's later in the night. It's probably like 9-10 o'clock. By the time you have walked across town and had that meeting with the Kobolds, so yeah, it's probably 10 o'clock.
I would suggest we have a nice little dinner and then head to bed. How's that sound?
Let's buy drinks for these kobolds. Now that they're employed.
Yeah, you want to head back to the Blue Clan?
Yeah.
I would go back there. I don't know, get some nice hearty stew or something.
Do any of the kobolds have names?
Yeah, these kobolds are. I lost my map. They had names. All of them had names.
Kashesi named them.
Yeah, kind of. All Dewey and Earl were exploring.
Yeah.
Yeah, their names are Pip, John, and Bo.
The two that were with Trex are named Vot and Zerk.
Oh.
And the other one that you brought from the other, his name was Grek. So we have Grek, Vot, and Zerk.
Gret Vot Zerk.
All right. They should come celebrate their employment with us.
Yes.
Yeah, and at the Blue Clan, you meet the proprietor is a half orc named Vernon, and he's a little bit hesitant at first to serve kobolds, but when he's got the town speaker on their side, he lightens up after hearing the arrangement. There are some others there that kind of tease them a little bit, but overall, you kind of have a decent evening.
Do the kobolds have a place to stay? Like, was that arranged with the town?
Yeah, I'm sure Oris can find something. It's probably not going to be the nicest place, but somewhere they can stay for now.
Okay.
All right, I'll buy them all at the Dwarven Ale.
And yeah, you do have the hearth here has a spit of roasting meat. A trapper came down from Lonelywood with some meats tonight, so there's lots to go around, and people are kind of celebrating and singing for good times tonight because they know tomorrow night they got to shut off all their heat sources. They're enjoying the warmth tonight.
That's right. And I'm thinking, thank goodness we planned that well. we're not going into a town.
With human sacrifices.
Throughout the night,
any part of
you do hear a rumor. The people who came from Lonelywood. Lonelywood seems to have been beset by attacks from this white moose, the dreaded white moose. So a lot of their hunters and loggers are just getting attacked by this moose. And apparently the town speaker in Lonelywood has called in various hunters to try to capture this moose and has so far eluded them. So there's a bounty on this moose.
How much is the bounty?
That is a good question. I will check.
Did you ask that question for Jack Earl?
Just in case, because Jack would have asked it.
That's true. Lonelywood.
Dewey, I'm surprised you're not listening to the songs. Are any of them new to you?
Oh, I mean, I'm definitely paying attention to any sort of song situation and writing them down if I don't know them.
Maybe the Kobolds can perform a little bit.
Yeah,
Did they know
he heard Speaker Huddle talk to the last group, willing to offer 100 gold pieces for the moose's head.
I eyeball the group. Are y'all interested?
Is Lonelywood's probably, is it even in our direction to the south where the Mind Flayer ship is?
Nope, it's just north of Termalaine.
Yeah.
But we could do that while we're waiting for money and get double the money. What's the worst that could happen?
Money here. We talked to the, oh yeah, sorry, Jack. We talked to the town speaker. He says that once they've confirmed that everything in the mine is cleared, they can courier us the money.
Okay.
But, I mean,
I just worry. I don't know what the timeline to Mind Flayer invasion is. And I know we have like a 10-day journey to get there, probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
And as the festivities continue, you do hear a couple other kind of rumors. One of the miners is just excited to get back to work, that the mine was open. He was thinking that he'd have to travel south for work to to go to Mirabar or somewhere to find another mine to work in. But he had heard that the last caravan over the mountains set off an avalanche and blocked the whole way, so no one can actually leave Icewind Dale. So he was ready to.
Oh, you mean us?
oh.
Yeah, he was just here in the tavern, just drinking his sorrows, wondering where he was going to go for work. Felt trapped up here in the north.
Can we infer that that's talking about us?
Probably.
Like what happened with us? Okay, great. I didn't realize we blocked everyone from leaving. I mean, it technically wasn't our fault, but
And yeah, a couple other people are asked if anyone saw the comet that crashed the other day.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we can ask some of those folks what direction they saw it in to confirm.
Yeah, it was really early in the morning, a couple days ago. It crashed in the mountains to the south.
I want to ask around the bar if anybody's had dealings with undead ghost, or if there's any tales.
Make an investigation check.
I'm gonna give you guidance, Jack. So I added
And what? I missed to add a D what?
D4.
Okay. $20.
20, okay. You get one person who says several years ago, before all of the everlasting crime, they were out fishing. It was late one night on Lac Dinishare, and saw a woman under the water, like looking up at him, and he kind of squinted his eyes and blinked, and she was gone.
Oh,
Whoa.
is
It's the white
that's
woman, right?
that's the woman from, oh gosh, the Dewey you had like the seance with, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And other people were like, "That didn't happen." And yeah, no one else here, like they've heard ghost stories, but no one else is claiming they had a personal encounter with a
If
ghost.
I hear them, I will say, yes, I've spoken with her. I did a seance. I know.
And then so that guy's like, yes, she's there.
Yeah, and I'll be like, yeah. Like, I'm with you, buddy.
He's all excited that someone believes his story.
Yeah, I'll corroborate. Are any of the songs that they're singing interesting or different?
There are some like local like folk songs.
Okay. If there's anything I haven't heard, I'm writing them down.
Sure, there's probably a few new ones. There's some others that you've heard elsewhere in 10 Towns.
Okay.
There's some new ones.
Okay, cool.
But
Well,
for the
I'm
most
gonna
part,
advocate for bed.
you have a pretty good time here. The fishermen coming in are pretty rowdy tonight, and like I said, everyone is enjoying the extra feast that's here and the warmth.
And they're all welcoming our friends.
So far, like there are still a lot of the townsfolk who are not sure about the kobolds, but like the town speaker is here, accepts them, so that's pretty official. So.
What's next, people? Do we got to prepare for the cold day some kind of way?
No, we're going to bed, and then we're like leaving here, so we won't be here for that.
All right.
And that's not going to look suspicious to the town that we're leaving on that day.
As far as you know, the only ones that have that kind of superstition about people leaving are the ones that sacrifice people, because they feel like you're trying to dodge the sacrifice. And in that way, you are slighting the Frostmaiden out of what she is rightfully owed.
Yeah, it's gonna be plenty cold on the trail.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, after a good evening, you guys head back to the east side. And where am I? I switched pages.
Do y'all want to hear one of these songs you've been writing down? You're gonna have to share eventually.
Oh, I have lots of songs. There's a song you'd like?
Yeah, you guys get back to the east. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, anything you want, I can pull out a language
Okay.
or a tune. I probably know it. I imagine I have like a pretty thick like book of like recordings and things that I kind of like make notes of the songs.
Nice.
You got Cotton Eye Joe in there?
Yeah.
You guys make your way back to the east side. You find Marta, the young girl who's running the inn, is just cleaning up in the common room, getting some stuff put away. And Dewey probably lights up right away and hears that she's kind of singing to herself.
Yes. Is it a tune I know?
It is not. And if you kind of just don't disturb her and just let her continue and just kind of listen in. And she sings, "Ahead of winter's wind she came, the lovely woman with no name, draped in fur-lined cloak of red, to the icy lake she fled. The wind pursued her all the same, as sure as night she's dead." And she's just kind of singing that to herself as she's cleaning up and putting furniture away. And
Oh, was that like the lady in the lake, like from the clam?
you're not sure.
There you go, Dewey. Ask her about it.
Oh,
Yeah, I will definitely.
She hears Jack say that and turns around. I was like, oh, welcome back. Sorry. Just cleaning up.
Do you mind if I ask you about that song? It's very interesting. I've never heard it before.
Oh, it was something my grandfather taught me. It was I don't know, years ago, decades ago. They were running this inn, and the story goes that a mysterious woman in a fur-lined red cloak stopped here on her way to Lonelywood, and she was just alone and frightened. So my grandparents tried to console her and calmed her down. The woman gave them a ring as payment for their hospitality. But not long afterward, a howling wind burst into the inn and tossed the woman about like a rag doll. My grandparents intervened and helped her just escape. She just ran out, and the wind just battered my grandparents unconscious and left. And that was the last time anyone ever saw that woman or the wind like that. But then Marta pulls a chain around her neck, and on it there is a ring. And this is the ring that she gave my grandparents.
Dewey is like furiously writing all of this down. And we'll be like, "Can you sing it again, please?" And then like is like writing down like the whole tune and everything.
What's the ring look like?
Yeah, I'm just.
I have a picture of it. One moment.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, this is that much of a thing that there's a photo?
Oh.
All right.
I was just expecting like, oh, it's a silver ring or something.
There you go.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, those cute little white foxies.
Or mice. Well, they got big tails.
Yeah, it's a couple animals like cuddled up on the top of it, and it seems to be like lined with fur.
Hmm.
Can we ask, like, is there anything on your ring? Like, is it metal or something?
Here's now give you the lyrics here. it is a magical ring. It's been called a ring of warmth. It protects you from the cold.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried it on?
And she's like, it's too big for me. I've been wearing it as a necklace.
Oh.
It's
If only I had fingers.
Yeah, it's more of just a family item. I remember my grandparents.
Mm.
Yeah, they were retired adventurers, so they had all kinds of stories.
So what do you think happened to the lady in red?
Yeah, no one knows. No one else saw her after that day.
She just ran out to the lake.
What kind of wind was chasing her?
Interesting.
Have you ever seen any ghosts here?
No, she hasn't seen any ghosts. But yeah, the story of that wind is the closest thing that she can think of. She's getting ready to go to bed herself, so she'll give you all a good night and be on her way.
Good night.
Alright, then you guys are going to your room.
Yes.
Yes.
And taking a long rest.
So Dewey, you will find, I assume you're looking, you'll find another reply from Candlekeep.
Oh, yes.
They are aware of like the kind of effect that might have caused Kishezi's aging in relationship with a ghost. It's a phenomenon that they're aware of. They unfortunately can't do anything to help from this distance. They don't have any way to like send you something, but they do encourage you. Something needs to happen within 24 hours, or it might not be reversible.
What does that mean? Something needs to happen.
Like if you're gonna try to reverse the rapid aging, you need to do it soon, or
Is it
it's gonna be that way.
But they don't tell us how to reverse the rapid aging.
Essentially, you would need the equivalent of a greater restoration, which they have facilities to do that at Candlekeep, but they have no way of getting it to you.
Is this a continual aging or just like a one-time deal?
It was probably you can kind of get that it was probably a one-time sudden aging.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll give you that information that there's a time limit on the ability to reverse it.
I just don't know in 24 hours where we're going to find something like that.
We never asked the town speaker about resources.
I mean, but like places like this don't have like magical. Like we've tried finding like magical help before, you know.
I can just jump ahead and let you know the place that's probably most likely going to be able to help is in Bryn Shander, and you don't want to go to Bryn Shander tomorrow.
Yep. So bad timing there.
Kashesi, how do you feel about all this?
I mean, at this point, I'm kind of well adjusted, getting used to it. It was a one-time deal. I think I'm good.
Is it just a looks thing, or is it a complete, like everything
There's
else?
less
Do you know what
energy
I mean?
now.
Like,
It has to eat more fiber.
Still 40.
and something, I guess something meaning too, like if you go from like 21 to like 40, has that taken actual years of your life off, or is it just an outwardly thing that you just look 40, but you're still going to be like have your normal lifespan to be able to live? That feels like two very different things, you know? If you literally had like 20 years taken off your life, that's like a big deal.
And is this even Kashesi talking? I think to myself.
This is like Dewey talking, just saying, like, just talking about it.
Oh.
Could I pray to Celestian to see if there's a way to find someone closer who could have like a spell of greater restoration? Because even from like a cleric perspective, like with my level, I can only do like a lesser restoration, and that's more like I can end a disease or a condition afflicting somebody, and that's somebody who's like blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned, not what I think is going on.
Go ahead and just make a single religion check.
$15.
I was kind of fast forward because we're at kind of at the end of our time, but you kind of just get a sense that if there's anywhere in Icewind Dale to fix this, it's going to be in Brynchander, probably at the House of the Morning Lord. It's probably going to be expensive, and you also think that attuning to your psi crystal is going to help give you some more information about what's going on with it.
Oh no. Why did you say that? Great. Okay.
And so if you want to do that during this rest, you can. But I think you're attuned to 2 other things, and you have a maximum of 3 things you can be attuned to.
Okay. So I have a sense that if I attune to this side crystal, that somehow I might help Kashesi or help with the mind flare, or
No, it's unrelated to Kashesi. It's more related to just the psi crystal itself and what's going on there.
okay. Okay. Oh, why do I have a feeling the tuning to the side crystal is going to end up being bad?
You don't know until you try.
Is there any knowledge? Is there any knowledge in kind of what she got, in the sense of like what I was asking about, is if the change is like it actually took years off her life, or if it is just a visual, like a more
Aesthetic?
Yeah, cosmetic type of thing.
I'll say you are unsure, but Kashesi, you just feel older. It's more than just like an appearance. It feels different.
Got it.
See, that's a problem with me. That's going to be difficult. I mean, I don't want you to, like, this is like potentially 20 years has just been taken off your life.
True. But I mean, I am Air Genasi. I can be okay. Just a little extra back pain.
I mean, at the end of the day, the decision is yours. Like, if you want us to make this happen, like, we'll do what we can to make it happen.
Got it. I mean, but then,
right? Everybody else, guys, like.
I mean, I would whisper unless she's still influenced by the dude.
I'm good, Jack. I'm good.
I think that's been proven fine. but I think there's the.
Suddenly, she
yeah.
reaches out and touches Jack again.
He feels nothing but air. I mean, it may be a huge risk to go to Bryn Shander tomorrow, but who knows?
I mean, I'm not lying. It would be a risk. And I don't even know if we would have the money to be able to cover it. Like, we might have to pool a huge amount of money. Jack, how much money do we have?
Not much.
Of course, Jack's going to say that.
We got like 3 silver.
What do we have, like 10 gold?
Oh, we got
like,
a little
what?
more than that.
I mean, just going off of like how much just a health potion was, I'm going to assume a greater restoration is going to be that much or more, right? Like, we could barely afford.
Because you guys are at least aware, like, high-level magic, like, it consumes components that themselves are costly. So it's not just, like, a wizard taking time out of his day to do something. It's actually, it costs him something to cast the spell.
Well, you live 120 years. Now you're just down to 100. I would start doing the tallying on a sheet of paper.
I will pray to Celestian on the mind flayers and to see if there's another method that we can do to try to get either a greater restoration, or is it possible to get like a divine inspiration to maybe for me to somehow be able to cast a greater restoration spell?
You can certainly ask for it.
You know what? I will ask Celestian that tonight.
Okay.
Well, I'll go ahead and pray to Lathander tonight as well.
Look at you all getting your god work on.
And I'll just go ahead and say, like, you'll get a sense from Lathander the best solution is in the house of the Morning Lord.
Mm.
That's what Lathander would always say, right?
Yeah.
That Lathander.
I'll also ask Quelbrack.
You get no response.
I figured. Never around needed.
Basically, you kind of just feel the sense of someone giving you the middle finger.
Thanks, bud.
All right, well, let's have y'all do your guidance stuff. Let's go to bed and make a decision in the morning then.
Time is ticking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Earl, are you attuning to the crystal?
Oh.
Unless, Kashesi, I'll walk you to Bryn Shander tonight. We'll go.
You guys know the doors won't open until morning.
We'll probably be getting there by morning.
I will wait to attune to the crystal for a night because I will pray to Celestian and ask about the mind flares, and I'll ask whether I should attune to this crystal in the future.
Yeah, I'll say you got the sense that the answer was yes, it would be helpful.
Oh, just in general, like I don't even need to ask Celestian.
Yeah, so that's what you kind of got that back right away. So if you want to do the attunement in this rest tonight, you can.
Okay. Okay. I would say for this first night, because time's ticking for Jesse, I will wait to attune until the second night, and I'll focus all of my energies on the Mind Flare dream and just where we should go from here.
Okay. Right, then if that's it, we can call it there for tonight, you guys. Have a relatively peaceful evening in Termalaine after a bunch of activity, and we'll pick up there next week. All right.
Yay.
Thanks everyone who's been watching. We'll see you next time.